I wasn't born in Hawaii. I was born
there.
in San Francisco, but I did a lot of my growing up there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
so
thought
it was amazing.
there.
I don't know. I don't think. No.
You told me.
I did. No, I told you.
I swore you said.
I've known you for years. I've always said I was.
But
born
when we
in
were
San
there, you gave me a big speech like, "This is my land." I started. I swore he told me.
Yeah, but I'll share that with that.
Well, that now all of a sudden, San Fran. That was San Fran. Then I transferred. When we were there, you gave me a very spiritual speech about how it all started. How your mother held you over this cliff. You gave me a big speech. This is a cliff where I was born, and my mother gave me.
This is the problem. Yes. Try to be respectful. Hawaii was beautiful. Beautiful, you know, mountainside and lushness, and we shot in this beautiful place called Kualoa Ranch, where Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, was shot, and the ones after that as well, and it was just amazing.
But you didn't like it, Kevin.
He hated it.
No,
this is the problem.
I didn't like it at all. I mean, outside of the spiritual grounds that you took me to, and I swore you even sung a song. You were like, yeah, but
Just share that with them.
I specific. We'll talk about it
Really?
later.
Well, how'd the song go?
The song, you were like, Kona Matana.
Yeah, that sounds like an original.
So did you bring your medals with you? No. Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, I thought you might be wearing them. Oh, no, they're just casually in the back pocket.
There we go,
Look, these are proper Olympic medals. Wow. Marion, have you seen an Olympic medal?
I actually did. Yeah.
Because the French lads beat us.
Oh, was it French people beat you? Oh, the French got gold.
We'll have to go after them, boys.
Is there anyone in Ireland who hasn't seen those medals? they look like being round the block, those medals.
They're fairly tattered, yeah.
And, of course, now, Michael, down in Killarney, word must have reached you of the O'Donovan brothers.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I wasn't in Killarney at the time, but everybody knew about it, that's for sure, yeah.
And, Marion, watching that clip, could you understand the accents?
Nothing, not a word. I understood since. Just that word. I was like...
What the movie says with Michael with his thick Kerry accent.
So listen, because the people loved the interviews you did during the Olympics, but like you guys knew you were being funny while you were doing the interviews.
I don't know.
I think it was funny because they were being themselves.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we weren't trying to be serious,
but
it just,
You did
just kind of happened that way, like.
You did seem very happy to be in Rio.
I was quite serious about the whole situation, though. Everything we told us the truth, like.
Yeah.
And you have to understand, like, people ask us these questions all the time after races. It just so happened they put a camera in front of us in Rio.
And also, you won a silver medal, so suddenly everyone was interested.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, like Ireland has never won any medal in rowing before, have they?
Well, not at the Olympics. No, they have a few World Championship titles, all right, but it's the first Olympic medal, yeah.
Woohoo! Very good. And the interview where you talked about your approach to the race, the phrases you used in that. So explain to the people what you said in that. Do you know the one?
What did we say?
About going A to B fast as you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tis a fairly simple sport, like. There's a start line and a finish line.
Don't quite complicating it, like.
People do complicate it, like. And your men says go at the start and there's a hooter at the finish, and if you can get from go to the hooter, then...
No bullshit, like.
No, and tragically, this is based on your life. I mean, this is things...
Yeah, but, I mean... Loosely, Graham.
No, but things like, isn't the washing machine, that happened to you.
What?
The washing, you were very hungover.
Oh. Yeah.
Go on, tell Jodie Foster that story.
All their stories are really cool, though, Graham. When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I was probably 33 years of age. I went home to see my mother, and then I went back, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. And then I went back, and on the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry, and then the next day I went into school, I'm going to. I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and it was quite a rough school, but they had a really brilliant hearing-impaired department. So there were hearing-impaired kids who, you know, struggled. They were really looked after in the school. Anyway, I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought something's not right, you know. So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh, God, no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you fucking loser. And then the curry and the booze kicked in from the night before. So I did like a fecal Jackson Pollock. And I started going, oh, God, not this as well. Oh, Jesus. So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up. And I went back into the classroom and I saw one of the hearing-impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly... Here we go.
I think a lot of young actors, they revere you, so they look to you. But the other thing you inspire is impressions, people doing impressions. Now, when people do impressions of you, is it like sort of nails on a chalkboard, or do you kind of enjoy it?
No, I kind of enjoy it, especially if they do it well. It's great. I love it.
I only ask. No, because any Hiddlestoners watching will know, Tom Hiddleston does impressions. You do impressions of lots of people. So who is in your canon?
It's a expression of admiration, just to be clear. So I do impressions of people that I admire, and I sort of listen to them. The first time I did an impression that anyone was aware of, I was just telling a story about Midnight in Paris, the Woody Allen film I was in, and how I'd never read the whole script, and I thought it was set in the 20s. And I turned up and I bumped into Owen Wilson, who didn't look like he was in the 20s at all. And I said to him, so wait, hang on, who are you playing? Because I'm playing F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I know Corey Stoll's playing Ernest Hemingway, and we're all playing figures of history. And he went, oh, no. I'm from now. I go back in time. There's a time machine, and it's kind of cool, and it's kind of woody, and it's kind of awesome.
Very good.
I've been made to do impressions of my fellow Avengers. I think everyone does an impression of Christopher Walken because he's such an easy kind of.
You know, I feel like what this show needs is more cowbell. It depends on what you like me to say. Basically, there's no punctuation. Anything that comes out of my mouth.
I know whole pages of Heat.
You surprised me.
So there's the scene in the middle of the film, which you'll be familiar with. You were there.
The one person you don't need to explain it to.
So he remembers.
You're very good in this.
He remembers. Yeah. There's a scene in the middle of the film, which is because Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. He's there. Sorry about this.
Don't worry.
They're separated, like a great thriller. They're separated for the entire film, and they meet twice, once at the end and once in the middle. And it takes place at a restaurant in LA. It's a great scene. It's one of the great pieces of screen acting you can hope to watch. There it is. There's a picture of it. It's like it's a mutual recognition of each other. Anyway, so there's a bit where they sit and have coffee and have tea and talk about stuff. I'm going on, I apologize. Anyway, so Al Pacino, at one point, Al Pacino says this. He goes, so, we're sitting here like a couple of regular fellas. I mean, you do what you do, I do what I gotta do. If I'm there, and I gotta put you away, I won't like it. But if it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down. And then Michael Mann cuts back to the esteemed gentleman at the end of the sofa. What if you do got me boxed in? I'm not gonna put you down. Moving face to face. Yeah. But I will not hesitate. Not for a second. That's my... This is so meta. I feel like I've gone into a parallel universe where
You're playing all these parts.
Yes, I apologize.
No, that's great.
Yeah, I did an impression of Ken Branagh.
That was my favourite scene in the
Was it
movie.
your favourite scene?
Yeah.
It's a
Still?
great...
Yeah. No, but my favourite scene that was written before, not because of doing it, but my favourite scene written in the film.
Yeah.
You know, that
It's a great piece of writing.
Yeah, great.
It feels like it plays in two singles in a way. Like
Yeah,
it just,
yeah,
and
yeah.
And it's like the most beautiful game of tennis.
Did you each do lots of takes? Did you do lots of takes? I forget how many takes we did. I don't think we did more than 5 to 8 or 9 at the most. Maybe less.
And you talk about your dreams and you talk about your life. It's so great. It's so great. There's that bit, another bit where you go. Well, you know, he says, Pacino says, so you never wanted a regular type life. and Bob, may I call you Bob?
Yeah.
Bob says, what's that, barbecues and ball games? Yeah.
Amelia, obviously your mother loves you because you're her daughter.
Yeah.
But she is actually a sort of a fan as well.
No, it's not quite that. It's no, she is. Oh goodness, right. Yeah. So, my one day my mum came to set on the Star Wars set, and I was getting this thing called cyberscanned, which is where you stand in this kind of loads of cameras, and they kind of take your form and put you into a computer and make a toy or some sort of merchandise or your face on a cushion. And so I go off and do this, and I come back, and Mum's like, I've made a great friend. And I'm like, brilliant, it's lovely, excellent. And she's like, it's the merchandise, director of all of Star Wars or something. And I'm like, well, it's very impressive. And then, before I know it, what comes in the post is loads of cushions with my face on it. So... my own mum, she gets to see it a fair amount, but apparently it's not enough. So I was kind of blown away at how much merchandise there is.
Yes,
it's
but
really,
also,
and it's not even, I mean, it's just the beginning. It was like the pre-merchandise. Not even the real stuff is out yet, and my mum has all of it. But doesn't know about the doll yet, so
also, this is so weird. I don't know, is this in your flat or her house?
Oh, God,
this
no.
room?
Right, OK, so basically, she thought it'd be really funny if I came home and it was everywhere in my room.
OK, so this is Amelia's actual bedroom.
Well, let me just clarify. This is like a joke, and then, oh my goodness, and we found the photo, but it's not like that now. There is another reason why I'm single.
Took a first date back to that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Come on in. I just did this little thing once. I don't have a CV, I just have a bedroom.
But this is cool, though. So your mother, a big fan, but Brad Pitt, also a very big fan.
That was the best night of my life.
Yes.
Literally.
Tell the story quickly. Tell the story quickly.
Was there an Amelia duvet situation?
Yeah, there was a duvet.
We're all ears.
Sheets, slippers. There was this auction thing that happened, and they called me and said, "Would you, do you want to auction something off, like maybe sort of an experience watching the show with you or something. And I was like, OK, if it's lovely, it's great for charity.
Yeah.
It'll be for some, you know, something.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. Anyway, so I get there and it's
good
basically...
thing.
It'll be a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I get there and it's basically like this. It's basically, you know, it's the Oscars. Like, there's so many celebrities in this room, and I suddenly remember that I said that I would auction something off, and so the fear grows. So I was petrified, absolutely petrified. And then the person whose table I was on is a friend, and he was being very kind and kind of put the paddle up, and I was like, thanks very much. That's very sweet. That'll be that. And then someone else's paddle went up across the other side of the room, and I didn't really know. And then suddenly it was sort of becoming a bit of money, and I was kind of thinking, oh, this is absolutely mental. And someone went, it's Brad Pitt, and I was like, lol, sure. Yeah, exactly. And I look over to the room, and he's got his paddle up.
Brad's paddle.
Brad's paddle.
Was that involved in the experience?
No, not quite. Well, it didn't work out because the person who was my friend, I think it was probably all set up. The person who was my friend ended up, you know, doing the highest bid. But
Can you look at a cartoon and come up with a voice?
Well, like with Happy Feet, I got to be, like, I played 2 different characters. Initially 3, but then they were worried that the one voice sounded too familiar. But when I got to play an Argentinian penguin, is to play the little machismo penguin, you know, the guys, the Argentinian guys are going, what do you know you want it? What are you looking at? You know you want it. Look at it. Don't be afraid of the flippers. I love you. I brought you some pebbles. There's some bling, baby. You want some bling? You know you do. Yes, you're hot, and you know I got a beak that'll make you feel so good. And then you had, like, all the crazy ones, you know?
Listen, talking of animation, we got people in our audience to draw cartoons of themselves. Now, I'm sensing self-esteem issues.
Well, let's see.
Now,
oh, no.
Now, God forbid, when I ask to see this woman in the audience, that she looks like this.
Graham Norton, you better not put that up on a camera. I will bitch slap your gay ass around the stage. I will be on you like shit on Velcro. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Okay, show the picture.
This is the lady. Now, her name is Jane Hayes. Jane Hayes? Now, let's have a look at Jane in the flesh.
Jane?
Jane, you're beautiful, Jane.
Jane, you're not a gay black basketball player.
Now, spare a thought for Sally Jenkins and I think her husband. Look at Sally. Where's Sally?
Suffers from paperclip tits.
Sally, you look quite buxom. With your funny little terrier ears. Look at you. Oh, and for some reason you've drawn a penis on your own face. Why has she done that?
She's done a penis with 2 tiny balls. And what are those? Those are, I don't know, there's 2 upside-down bells.
Oh, my God. Is that your husband, Damon? Is that you? Yeah. And are you naked as well?
Yeah.
What's that strange line?
Yeah, but more importantly, what's peeking out here? Are those your 2 balls going, I'm down here? And why do you have an accordion for a neck?
Oh, yes! Yeah, what's with the neck?
We were drunk.
I know that. We were drunk.
No
Fair
shit.
enough. Yeah. Who else have I got? Oh, actually, I'd quite like to see this woman. Stephanie Jack. Where's Stephanie Jack? Hello, Stephanie Jack. Now, there's Stephanie Jack in the flesh, and here she is in the cartoon. It's quite good.
This is a great Japanese anime character. Mr. Titsula to come to your house. She have big eyes to come to your house with a larger breast. Open the door with her nipples. Look at those. Hummin', 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 hummin'. Mr. Bouncing Breast. Follow the bouncing breast. Wow. That's kind of one. Can I have this one?
Yes, you can.
Been on the road for a while.
Why were you having the... Was it a deep tissue massage you were having?
Where are you going with this, Graham?
Weren't you having a Turkish massage or something?
I don't know what it has to do with what we're talking about. But
It's a funny story, tell it.
I had an awful experience having a Turkish massage where this guy's idea of massage was to like take my one leg and the other arm and try and connect it behind my back. And I was kind of like, you know, like that. And then well, his belly went in my mouth.
It was like a little Borat moment.
And you know when you get something weird in your mouth and you're like, if you're eating something, you go like, you send your brain sends your tongue to figure out what it is. It's not a conscious thought. It's just like, is that a bone? Figure that out. Your tongue goes in to figure it out. My tongue was like, what is that? It's a hairy belly.
Sounds like you're heading off a newspaper story.
Now, Emilia Clarke, did you get to chat with everyone backstage?
Yeah, kind of.
Did you get to talk to him?
Yeah, kind of, maybe. Not really.
Emilia Clarke loves Matt LeBlanc.
Hi. Hi. I'm actually blushing. Yeah, I just think you're wicked.
It's a game of two halves.
I think Dominic's wicked. His baby in the corner.
Are you returning the favour? Do you watch Game of Thrones, Matt?
I watched it the first season, and then I kind of fell out of it, and then I tried to watch it this season.
That's okay.
And I don't know what's going on. I can't keep up. I feel
There's
so
lots
bad.
of stuff going on.
There's so much going on.
There is. There really is. But it's okay. It's all right.
I mean, I could lie, but I don't want to lie.
No. You've seen the good. You've seen the good bits. You've seen the first season.
Is it all downhill from there?
No, but what is it? It's season 6 now.
It's season 6.
And it's bigger than ever.
Yeah.
Whose laugh is that?
That seriously sounds like a chicken has been released into the studio.
They can't be. No.
Is that I thought it was going to stop because I thought there was a mechanical fault with something. But that's a human being. Oh, is that man there? All right, well, I'm glad you're having a nice time. Yuck it up.
I will watch, I promise.
I know. I do have one slight request from you, though.
What's that?
So, would you be able to ask me how I'm doing?
Oh, yes, do that.
You can say no. Everyone will hate you, but you can say no.
Yeah. No. Yes. Well, since I, haven't been up to speed on the show, I will say.
Thank you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah. I caught that from back here.
It worked.
Yes, it did.
There's some scenes where they will play music, maybe a bit of if it's a wide shot and it's not like so. It's the closest we get to sort of going for it in one piece, and they'll play music or something. And my temptation is always just to try to make Dakota laugh. So sometimes I'll do things like when there's a moment where I'm meant to, orgasm, I'll be like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
See, people do that.
Which, by the way, if they don't, they should. Because it's like a Ryanair flight. When a Ryanair flight lands, it goes, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
When people travel, they collect things, postcards, dolls in national dress. But you collect, like, animals, like living animals.
Well, no, I don't collect them. I rescue them.
Oh, okay. So,
rescue.
did you rescue anything when you were in Sicily and Tuscany?
Not in that one, but in the movie I did right after, in Bulgaria, I did.
Okay.
And I had promised my husband I was going to stop because at the time I had 10 dogs, 5 parrots, I had alpacas, horses, cats, and by the way, one without a tail, the other one without a leg, And they find me, they come to me, these animals, which he doesn't believe me, but they do, and I promise him no more, okay? We were up to 30 animals. I swore no more. And I was there, and a little puppy who was abandoned and was gonna die. I won't tell you the sad story because it's a comedic show and I'll start crying. He came to me and I couldn't help it and I picked him up. And his name is Ochoa, after the goalie of the soccer team in Mexico. It was a World Cup. And I took him and then I was terrified. How am I going to explain this to my husband? I promised. And So I came up with this brilliant idea to pretend that I was having an affair. And then, no, with somebody, to make him think I was having an affair, and at the end I would say, no, it's not an affair, I picked up a dog, and then he would feel better. That I picked up a dog.
This is clever. It's good plan, good plan.
So I left him a message, you must call me at this time, we need to talk, it's very important. And I never do that, and this time, okay, what happened? And I said, listen, I feel so terrible. I don't know how to say this to you, and I know this is not gonna go down well, and I'm really nervous, and please have mercy on me, have patience, be understanding. It's been so stressful, and I'm so tired, and I was so lonely here for so many days, and you know, you do crazy things when you're in this state. And he said to me, oh, please don't tell me you picked up another dog.
One of the things you can do is you can conjure up people's fears.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're afraid of quite basic things.
I'm afraid of like most things. Like anything high risk, I'm terrified of.
But those are rational fears.
Okay, irrational is like spiders, but they actually, I become paralyzed when I have a spider in my room.
Really?
Yeah, I like wish I were tougher than that, but I'm not.
Okay. Now, Mark Ruffalo, were you serious when you told us what your fear is? I mean, it's a good fear.
I think it's a founded fear.
I think it's a founded fear.
It is.
Tell us what it is.
I have a phobia of being chased around with poop on a stick.
That's fair.
I wouldn't say. I'd say we've all got that fear. There's no one that goes, no, I'm up for that.
It started when I was a kid.
Was this weird parenting?
For some reason, kids thought it was funny to stick a stick in dog poop and chase each other around with it. But that scared the crap out of me.
Because of the cleanliness problem of it? Like
No, 'cause it's
spreading
poop.
germs?
It's just dog poop.
Because he's afraid of sticks.
But now, Jeremy Renner, though, yours is brilliantly specific, and I think without knowing it, I think we probably all share it.
We may. I don't know. I didn't have the fear when I was younger because we all go through this. But it's when a little child, and I'm the oldest of 7 kids, and I got a lot of little rugrats running around, and these little roaches start losing their teeth. And they get a little wiggly, and they like to show me like this little dagger flipping in and out of their mouth. And like, look, Uncle Jeremy, I want to pull this thing out. I'm like, get out of here! You're freaking me out.
But don't you think that is really freaky?
It's like her thumb.
It's just really.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It just really kind of grosses me out. The cutest little thing on the planet starts to do like the creepiest thing on the planet. And I'm like, get out of here. Like, here, tie the string to my thing, to the doorknob. I'm like, get out of here, creep. Disgusting animal.
How old are you at this stage?
That's now.
Now! I got a lot of little ones running around, flipping their teeth falling out. Look, we all have those, you know, when you have the dreams, your teeth fall out. I don't know what it means. Does anybody know what it means?
We get bigger ones.
No, you have bad dreams. Am I the only one that has bad dreams?
No, weird. A friend of mine just had that dream too.
Just a friend of yours?
Yeah, not me.
What does that mean?
I think that's
I don't know.
something to
I don't
do with
know,
fear
but this
of
is
money.
strange.
Fear of money, I think. I think that's what the teeth
Who has
falling
fear
out.
of money?
Renner's
Maybe
not afraid of
I'm just
anything.
afraid of my teeth fucking falling out.
Sorry. Now, Josh, what is your fear? What are you afraid of?
Well, I was going to go with flying, but I think I'll go with...
Girls over 12? I feel terrible. I don't know what came over me.
I'm not going to lie to you. The last minute of my life, I wouldn't have predicted that. How was it? Mark Ruffalo? You're not going to believe what he said to me. he was bang on the money. He's a very perceptive man.
It was the Dora poem.
Don't try and justify it. Do you know what? I've always hated the Hulk. He's shit.
Don't make him angry.
Yeah, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, Ruffalo. That's
My son said that to me the other day when he was mad at me.
What, that you wouldn't like him?
I always hated the Hulk. I think he's shit.
Here's the thing, Emma, for you, what is the hold that the Spice Girls have over you? Is this real?
Yes, it's real. And I just feel like I've been talking more about the Spice Girls on this press tour than I have about the movie.
That's because you wept. You wept
I
in
did
Australia.
Weep. I know, I wept.
Did you really weep?
I really did.
But now, which one was talking to you?
Mel B.
And was she really talking to you, or was it a message?
No, it was a video message on an iPad.
And that made you cry?
Yes.
What, were you jet-lagged?
Yes. But I also, you don't, you do understand, because we're in the UK.
Yeah.
I was a fiend. I was obsessed with the Spice Girls. And they taught me about girl power. And I love them. I think they're fantastic. And
what's the song?
There's so many, Jamie. There's so many.
Powers of the world.
Spice up your life.
Every boy and every girl.
Spice up your life.
Hey!
There's so many, and they're so fantastic. And today on the radio, Mel C talked to me over Skype.
Oh, wow.
So it's really very exciting.
Okay, now, who would you say is your favorite Spice Girl?
Emma Bunton, Baby Spice.
She's your favorite.
She's
okay.
my favorite.
Who's next?
Don't do that.
Just a question.
All of the other four.
So, Emma Bunton.
Well, Emma Bunton was the one that I had blonde hair and bangs, and my name obviously is now Emma. My name was Emily, but it was taken when I became an actor. And so now it's Emma. And yeah, I love...
So get me this. So one gave you a video message and one talked to you on Skype.
Yes.
But you're telling me you've never met a Spice Girl.
Are you going to do something right
Have
now?
you never met a Spice Girl?
Are you going to do something really?
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Wait, hold on. I have to mentally prepare myself.
Have you never met a Spice Girl?
Not in the flesh.
Okay. Now, as you know, Emma, it is very rare. It is very rare for more than one Spice Girl to appear together for any reason at all. So, they're not here.
Age sucks, and you gotta face it.
But it's interesting because America is really so youth obsessed. I mean, how?
Oh.
And in the film, you show, kind of that it is hard for a woman of your age to get the jobs.
It's beyond difficult. The only jobs really left now for women, unless they get friendly with people to do films, but the only jobs left are really commercials. I just thank God I made my yearly nut this year on a product called Girly, which is for dry vagina. And it's, is it here yet? Well, anyone knows the heartbreak of dry vagina. I was perfect for it. Camels follow me home. 3 Jewish men are trying to rent my uterus instead of going to Miami. And there's... Thank God for these commercials. There's one called Zestra. Has that come here yet? It's like women's Viagra. Has that happened here yet? It's women's Viagra. And they had this big discussion with me. Should they make it in pill form? This is honest to God truth. It was in the newspapers. Pill form or cream, because they didn't know which would do better, and they finally decided, these idiots, will do it in cream, because if it's in pill form in a bar, a man can drop it in a woman's drink and she won't know it. But if you're in a bar and a guy goes, so where you from?
know I'm going to get this wrong a lot. Charlize Theron.
No, I was back there freaking out. You're like the first person who said it perfectly.
Really?
Yes.
I'll stop now. I won't,
Yes.
I won't say it again.
Amazing. 15 years, and then you came along.
Yeah, all changes here. Now, by the way, you guys, do you know each other outside of being back there or on a sofa?
I know John.
And I don't know Steve.
Because I've seen him on the telly.
You know that's not real.
I know.
Now, it is Jubilee weekend. Do you have plans? Anybody got plans for Jubilee weekend?
I didn't realize it was Jubilee weekend, but when I got here, I got in town a couple days ago and was invited, I guess, to sit next to the Queen on the boat.
No,
going
you're
down
joking.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No,
which
you're
was
joking.
Sort of I'm not going to do it. I don't know her.
It's 4 hours.
It's a long thing, and what are we going to talk about? I don't own crowns or tiaras or...
No, I don't know if
that
you're
all-
joking or not. Are you joking?
Oh, no, I'm completely joking. Yeah,
He has been invited on the boat.
I'm really confused now. Are you being invited on the boat?
No. Well, no.
Did you lie to him as well?
He lied to me as well. Yes, John.
It's a great story.
It really is.
I didn't even know there was going to be a boat.
and these two were thinking, how did I get invited?
Do they know I have an Oscar?
Do they not know?
It's just another thing you don't have in common with the Queen.
Now, Charlize Theron. Now, we're delighted you're here for all sorts of reasons.
I'm so happy to be. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
That scene in episode 1, the doctor's thing.
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
Yeah. My mum will kill me for telling this because it was our family doctors, and he'd been my doctor since I was a child, but I went as an adult because there was something wrong with my bum.
When you said bum, you looked at me directly in the eyes, and
I'm sorry.
unnerved. I'm aroused and unnerved in equal measure.
There was something,
Do carry
but there
on.
was something wrong with my bum.
I can see it, the magic. Yeah.
And I said, there's this thing wrong with my bum. And he went, OK. And I went, so, what do you think? He goes, well, it'll probably be all right. And I said, well, I would really like it. I'd like you to just, if you could make me feel better if I feel better that it will be all right. And he went, it'll probably clear itself up. And I said, yeah, but is there any way I could be sure? And he went, you want me to put my finger up there, don't you? I said, no. Not if it's not medically necessary.
And the other, I think, maybe there's a reason, but what is the reason that you film it in the school you used to teach in?
I think it's therapy, probably. I'm in the actual classroom where I taught, because I was, just to keep the theme going, a real teacher for a long time, yeah. I taught for, but 6 years in the school that we film it, in the classroom that I'm going mad in. But
that's weird.
That was my classroom, yeah.
But you did it for such a long... Did you ever enjoy it? Was there ever a moment when you thought, oh, I like this?
No.
OK.
I met some very nice people there.
And the kids must have liked you. You were nominated for Teacher of the Year, weren't you?
Yes, I was, Graham.
I
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, yes. I've told this story many times. But Teacher of the Year is a very prestigious award that's taken very seriously and rightly by the hard-working teaching community. And my head teacher called me in, and he was wetting himself laughing. In fact, he couldn't stop laughing for the first 10 minutes. And I went, what? Why have you called me here? He goes, you've been, I've got this. A Teacher of the Year award, you've been nominated. And And I went, oh, OK. And it was by a very sweet girl called Gemma, who I've humiliated many times. And it's a 6-page document that people have to fill in for the reasons why you should be nominated for Teacher of the Year. It was blank, aside from one sentence that she'd written on it, which was the reasons why you think he should be Teacher of the Year. And she'd written, he's a well good laugh and he don't make us do no work.
Why haven't we seen more of you two together?
It's a pairing.
It really is. It's a match made in heaven. Oh, dear. Now, Jackie Chan.
Yes.
Jackie Chan.
Yes. What?
I haven't done that once. I'm very super. I'm sitting on my hands. I'm going Jackie Chan. I'm not doing it. Because is it true that everyone just goes Jackie Chan?
Yeah. I really hate that, you know.
I'm trying not to do it.
Whenever I go, you know, in Europe, in America, especially the father with children, look, Jackie Chan. Why nobody see Robert De Niro? Oh, that's a Robert De Niro. Wow. Dustin Hoffman, Jackie Chan. One day, I hope people, wow, that's a Jackie Chan.
Yes. There's Jackie Chan. I'm trying to restrain myself. You just come from the Cannes Film Festival?
Yeah, Cannes Film Festival.
Do you enjoy things like that? Are they fun, or is it...
Just like business.
The whole thing about those big events, they call them, you know, particularly in Cannes, those red carpet things. And do you enjoy them? Do you like doing them?
No, I can't do any of that. I really can't.
But I've seen you.
I did go, well, have you on a red carpet? I don't think so.
No.
Have you?
I've seen you show up at things.
Not much, to be honest.
But you've done posh things. You've mixed with royal. You've met the Queen, haven't you?
I have met the Queen. Yes, I have met the Queen at I think it was one of those receptions for people in the arts. You should have been there, Graham.
Funny, I wasn't.
You were overlooked.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Again.
You with your dirty potty mouth. Yeah, you know what I was amazed at with the Queen? She's very tiny, which is something for me to say because I'm quite short, and she moves as if on rollerblades. She just slides up like that, as if no actual walking skill. I don't know what's going on under there. She might be on casters, for all we know. But as she comes to where you are, the group where you are, for a start, you have to tussle with that whole idea of will you curtsy, won't you curtsy, will you curtsy? And I decided before, no, look, curtsying, no, I'm not going to bow down before royal, I'm not going to. And then immediately you do. Immediately you curtsy far too much, too low, too low. That's really revolting. And then, of me, I mean. And then the Queen says, there was a group of about 4 of us around her, and she says a very small thing, you know, so, are you enjoying the evening? And everybody goes like this. So the Queen, I think people are just nervous or they're eager to please, don't want to be beheaded or something. I don't know what it is. So the Queen, I'm sure, must think that she's a great comedian or something. Because that's all she sees is people fawning and laughing at everything she says. Why was I doing it? I don't know.
Have you met the Queen?
Yes, I do.
You've met Jackie Chan?
I was in Hong Kong. I remember, and long time ago, my English is so bad in that time. I remember when Queen, raise your hand, otherwise you're standing here, blah, 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 blah. And Your Royal Highness?
Yes, Your Royal Highness, yeah.
And then I have to remember, Your Royal Highness, Your Royal Highness. Then it's, when we're playing around, oh, Queen's coming. Then everybody, what should I say? Then I see the Queen, stop, so quick. You know, then I said, oh, okay. Then when she comes, You're Royal. Then I just immediately bow.
Too low.
She's still standing there. The people into the Jackie Chan, oh. She keep talking to me. My head is empty. I don't know what she's talking about. You know, honestly, I just go away. Leave me alone. Really. Of course, I'm so happy just standing here more than like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. But I just, go away, please. Don't talk to me anymore. I don't know how to answer. her back.
Flying going to America.
That's right. It was Air New Zealand.
That's right.
Yes. And
Safe
they got
airline.
whisked off. They got whisked off on a little
Oh, that sounds
trolley.
good. That's a hell of a service. All I got was a glass of champagne.
Can we say whisked on BBC One?
I think you can. Because you can't say whisked off.
Oh, that, yeah.
You can say pissed off, though, can't you?
Yes.
Oh, it's all going
dear, I
downhill.
know.
Yes, yes.
Minute in. Good night. Now, did you drive yourself here tonight?
No. No, now I've got my driving license. No one still won't driving me.
Would you get in the car with them?
If it's a... Well, the last time you did, you come home in a black Mariah, didn't you?
No, it depends. But now my husband is officially allowed to drive. Yes, I would get in a car with him.
I know, yeah. Well done.
It only took 61 years.
But, I mean, in terms of teaching you,
No, well, before I was too pissed to drive.
OK, fair enough.
I mean, I would go for my test, and they'd see me, and I'd go, no, Mr. Osborne, come back another day. I'm not even getting in the car with you. Walking around the test centre with a bottle of vodka in my pocket didn't go anywhere.
Did you learn in a manual or an automatic?
I can drive anything when I've had a few drinks.
Is there anything you can use yet?
No.
Because I've got to go. Have we got
We should
the
have the
show
Blue
yet?
Channel, shouldn't we?
Is there anything that can go on BBC One?
Not yet.
You've just had a promotion.
It's all DVD extras.
I know.
But it's a proper Western. I mean, we see Tom Hanks gun-toting, which we rarely see.
Well, I don't wear one. I am given one later on, so it's not like, you know, I'm not doing the rootin' tootin' kind of thing. But I ride a horse and I drive a wagon, and I've discovered. So I'm not a rider per se, but I did learn. I had got to know a fabulous horse named Wimpy, who was my horse. Wimpy was my horse, and. I don't know if anybody here has ridden a lot or made a Western. Emily has a couple of Westerns under her belt, as I recall. Emily, my darling, how are you?
How are you?
So wonderful to see you.
It's good to see you.
Emily Blunt.
Do you know I'm about to do a Western? Like, next January, I'm doing a 6-part Western, and we were just discussing how allergic I am to horses, and I do every scene with a horse, you know. I'm going to be antihistamine up to my eyeballs.
Do you have to kiss the horse?
I do. Isn't that what happens in Westerns? You make out with your horse?
You develop an affection for those beasts.
You and Wimpy are very close.
Every morning you throw your arms around Wimpy and say, how are you, my darling little chestnut? I'm so nuts about you. Which you sort of have to do, because I have a feeling that horses, honestly, they would much rather live in a world without human beings climbing on top of them.
Sure. And they know the moment you climb on their back that you're terrible at riding. Like, I mean, I've been learning right now. I'm in London now rehearsing for it, and I go riding 3 times a week, and every time they give me a different horse to see, you know, how you fare.
Oh.
With one that's more sprightly or one that's less of a Ferrari. And I got on one the other day called Rusty. My God, it almost took off with me. It was terrifying. I couldn't walk the next day. Rusty did me in.
Rusty did her in.
Rusty did me in.
Did her in. Oh, wow. Is that the name of the film?
That's what he used to sound like.
Look at you now, Sir Patrick Stewart. And you don't really use the Sir much, do you? Or should I have been calling you... No, I shouldn't. Am I supposed to?
No.
OK. But
no.
Do you...
I take my lead from Sir Ian, whom we've both shared some time with.
Yes.
And he is so phlegmatic about all of that. And I just, you know, it's a great honour, but it's not something that I need to press.
When you bump into another Sir when you're out and about, do you call each other Sir? Well, you must roll in Sir circles.
OK.
Circles.
Sir
circles. I just thought of that. I just thought of it. This minute.
It was an accident.
Can I be the ignorant American and ask, so how do you become a sir?
Yeah, Patrick, how?
I don't...
Well, you know, it's a case of...
Okay.
No. I got mine on the Queen's birthday honours. But you have reminded me that I did have a Sir encounter only a few weeks ago in Los Angeles. A rather fancy, in fact, extremely fancy restaurant.
Well, tell them what it is, because they'll know.
It was the Tower Bar.
Sunset Tower?
See? No.
Yeah.
These guys are cool.
No. Say it again. Look
the Tower Bar.
Oh, man, the Tower Bar.
What?
Damn! I can't even get in there. Go on.
Keep going. You keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Well,
no, the Tower Bar is the spot.
I got a feeling this isn't going to work out quite the way I'm So we had, four of us were seated at a table. About 15 minutes later, into the restaurant walks Sir Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Good.
Now, Paul and I have a very slender relationship, but it's lasted decades.
Okay.
I first encountered him in 1964.
No.
When his girlfriend, Jane Asher, then had told him that I loved Aston Martins. I was driving a battered old Ford, but Aston Martins were my dream car. She told him this. And one night, we knew he was seeing the show. There was a knock on my door. And I said, yeah, come in. I'm there in my underwear. You know, like...
As usual.
Well,
As you greet people normally.
I hang around like that, just in the hope. And,
Come in, I'm in my pants.
Yes. I'm ready for you. I said, come in, and the door opened, and standing there was Paul McCartney, who I had never met before. And this was 1964. Wow. And he said, Jane says that you like Aston Martins. Here, drive this.
Wow.
And he tossed a bunch of keys over to me. Cool. And it was it was his uncle.
Amazing.
Anyway, do you want to hear the restaurant?
No, keep going. Keep going. We're in the fanciest restaurant in LA.
We're now in the Tower Bar.
Tower Bar? Go on.
It's a legend.
I am feeling less and less good about this.
Keep going. You're in there. So Paul McCartney's come in. You've known him since the 60s.
And he sees me and comes over, and I stand up and say hi, and we have a big hug in the restaurant, and I'm very much aware that there's all the tables are full and this kind of thing. And we talk for 5 or 6 minutes, and he goes and sits down. 5 minutes go by, and into the restaurant walks Sir Ringo Starr. I swear to you, I'm not making this up.
Were they together? Yeah. They were
at the same table.
Oh, they were at the same
yes.
table?
Well, we at the Tower Bar.
At the Tower Bar.
Oh, man, I am expecting so many free meals. And we finish early, and I get up to go, and Paul stands up to say goodbye, and we have a hug. And as we have a hug, he says into my ear, do you know Ringo? And I said, yeah, of course. I've never met him, but he said, oh, boy, Ringo, come on, come over here. Hang on a minute, he said, Sir Ringo, Sir Patrick, Sir Paul. Hey, we've got the Knights of the Round Table.
You got there. The big thing in fans, of course, is fan art. And Sarah Pascoe, I know you have had that accolade of people sending you fan art.
I mean, yeah. So I've got one piece, and I think fan art is a strong word.
We've got a picture. Should we see it first?
Yes. Okay.
So
it's of me.
And actually, it's worth saying that it's of you.
It's of me.
It is. This is the fan art of Sarah Pascoe.
Now, the reason I think fan art is a very loose term is I was given this at a gig in lieu of payment. I don't want to brag about my career.
Well.
But that's because the guy who ran the gig had spent too much at the bar to pay me, so
He painted that?
Yes.
Clearly, after being at the bar.
Of me.
What are those bits?
I just think they're just free biscuits, donuts or something.
Have you been sent pictures of people who tattooed your face on their bodies?
Oh, no, I'm not there yet.
Have you got those?
One day. Yeah.
I get them in my Twitter feed all the time. There's guys who have whole calves, or a picture of jewels on their chest, or Nick Fury. It's kind of crazy.
People love the event. And now, Tom Hiddleston, you have fan art, but such specific fan art.
There's a lot, yeah.
And does it all come from this one scene? Was it the first Thor movie with the spear?
Right, yeah. Yes, there's a scene in the first Thor film where I'm trying to attack Thor, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, with a spear. And I jump in the air, and he dodges out the way, and I bring the spear down, and it wedges itself into the floor. And then I use it to spin myself around and kick him in the chest, which has been interpreted by fans as a demonstration of my hidden talent at pole dancing.
Pole dancer!
Yeah. No, seriously, there's so much of this. This is just one example of Loki really going for it on the pole.
Oh, my God.
Is that Japanese by
And that's
chance?
what you wear in the movie.
Have you not seen it? Yeah, that's
No.
Loki's outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've not seen that one.
Oh, really? We'll print it out. You can take it home.
Wow.
Very quickly, it is Oscars weekend this weekend. And Ian, would you mind telling us the story about when you were nominated for Gandalf?
Oh, yeah.
And you had the beads. Yeah.
Well, there weren't beads. In New Zealand, where we filmed Lord of the Rings, if you're lucky, when you leave, you're given a piece of green stone carved, and you wear it often enough, and your chances are that you'll get back to New Zealand. That's the idea. And it'll bring you a bit of luck. So when those films were nominated for something like 20 Oscars on that night, everybody from New Zealand was wearing their green stone, their punami, they're called. And when we're on the red carpet going into the ceremony, I met Maggie Smith. Hello, what are you here for? I said, well... I said, well, Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah. She said, what's that round your neck? Oh, so it's my punami, Maggie. Oh, your punami, what's that for? I said, well, if I wear it, it'll bring me luck. And, oh, very nice. And we went our separate ways, and you know it lasts for 3.5 or 4 hours, you know, don't you? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, you sit there and sit there. And at the end, of course, everyone else wins the Oscar apart from you. And a bit dejected, you're coming out looking forward to a drink, and you bump into Maggie Smith, and she points out at you and she says, it didn't work, did it?
You played Carol Thatcher, and now, so how much preparation goes into... Well, obviously you put a nose on.
I did have a nose.
Yeah. But what else goes on preparing for Carol Thatcher?
I should make up some shit, but I watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
But when you're playing something like a detective, do you do, like for Broadchurch, did you do preparation?
No. Sorry. David did, and I could ask him questions.
It seems silly doubling up.
To defend my actions, I don't think my character spoke in the same sort of rhythms as detectives, so I thought it'd be better if I didn't have that influence.
Good answer.
Do you dance a lot, though? Yes, thank you for saving me. I do. In that. Nick Frost is the lead guy, and he, as a child... and I'm his sister. That's it, I'm his sister. And,
I'll remember.
Thank you. And as children, he was salsa champion, endless cups and awards and things, and we used to go off and do competitions, and I was his dance partner, and then something happened, and his life changed, and salsa wasn't for him after that moment. And then cut to Nick Frost, present day, or whatever his character's called, and Bruce. He's called Bruce. Called Bruce.
I can't believe people are applauding you for remembering the names of people in your own film.
It was ages ago. You know this feeling. You film something.
Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
And I know we know you're not in big preparation, but you must have had some dance lessons.
We had to. I was forced to, because I had to dance on screen, so I had to practice.
Do you look good though?
Well, there is, as you know, they have people who actually can dance.
Yeah.
Who, because I can only spin 3 times before I vomit. So.
we do have a picture of you in rehearsals where it doesn't look like it's going that well.
That's the best thing I've ever seen. I also love that you're wearing like a full sweatsuit and heels.
What's nice to know is it wasn't always like that.
Oh, no.
What was it? What did you perform at? You performed at a seafood festival?
I mean, which shit show you want to know about?
Got tons of them. It was only, I think they wanted, was it crab?
I had a crab fest.
Crab fest? What is that?
In the beginning of stand-up comedy, you're not performing in luxury, venues. Wherever they feel that they can build the stage and make money is where you're going. So there was a crab fest. They was like, we're gonna book some talent, some comedian talent. And I was like, all right, well, I'm available. And, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to tell a joke while people cracking crabs. It's not the best environment at all. I mean, literally, the frustration that comes from not being able to open a crab is serious. And if you're not funny at the same time, the stuff that you hear. I remember hearing a woman, an older lady, who was like, she was cracking crabs. Because this is how you crack crabs. Looking at me, and she's like cracking a crab. And I tell a joke, and the joke doesn't work. And I remember this lady just going, oh, no. And I don't think... I would much rather be booed. The disappointment that came from her voice, and then, oh, no. She said, baby, it was like, oh, no, baby. As if I made a mistake with my choice of life. Like I'm not doing it wrong. I mean, look, the hardship that I went through has helped build me into the person I am today, where I can take so much. But I've been through it all. I was hit in the face with a buffalo wing. I performed at a...
Don't perform around food.
No. Come on. Well, if you go to my shows now, there's no food alive. It was actually a male strip club that they shut down for comedy for the first half. So it was ladies in there, and it was just supposed to be us performing for these women that were riled up. First thing, I got on stage when they introduced me, and this lady was like, "Pull it out." I said, hey, that's not me. I'm not here for that. I'm here to entertain. These are jokes. I know who's got kids. I start trying to merge into kid material. And there's one dude from the back. I just remember this dude from the back. He was like, "That's enough." And he just threw a buffalo wing at me. And it landed, hit me in the cheek, a little bit of sauce, got like right here. Buffalo sauce is hot, so I assumed that it was a woman with a deep voice, so I was like, who threw it? Who threw it? Because at the end of the day, I'm a man first. Don't disrespect me. He stood up. He was like, I did it. And I contemplated just taking my clothes off. I was like, that's the only way to get out of this. Yeah.